All right, what is the perfect size for a family? Well, a new study suggests that only children are the happiest children. Parenting expert Michael Gross joins us now. Michael, good morning to you.
Good morning, Georgie.
This study seems to almost contradict the widely held belief that single children generally tend to be a bit lonely and possibly miss out on having a bit of fun. From your experience, is an only child generally happier?
Yeah, look, it does dispel that whole notion of the lonely only that we often think about. But, yeah, look, only children's a great position to be born in. And this study showed out that only children tend to be the most happiest and contented in families. And they say the reason is that they're less likely to have conflict, they have more privacy. And I'm guessing that also, too, it's pretty good to have parents 24/7. And so when we have another one comes into the mix, the sort of spotlight shifts a lot away from only. So it is a pretty good position to be in.
I guess many people would argue that a bit of conflict, a bit of sibling rivalry along the way isn't such a bad thing. It perhaps gives you the tools to set you up for life later on.
Yeah, spot on there, Georgie. That's exactly right. And another study came out of the United States recently said exactly that kids learn to fight and resolve conflict and problem solve within their families. So it depends on what criteria that you actually have when you're raising kids. But I'm for one for a little bit of family conflict in the way that kids can actually learn to fight, learn to compromise, learn to be assertive. And what we do know in Australia, that it certainly sets them up for the schoolyard and what happens in real life. So, yeah, there's another point to that argument as well.
In your opinion, is there an ideal number of children to have in a family?
Look, the number of kids we have in a family in this day and age is very much an economic decision. But if I was sort of going to put the child development hat on, I'd go for 4. And 4 for a number of reasons. Firstly, parents get pretty practiced by the time you have the 4. You know, you practice on your first 2 and you get to put it into practice on the last couple, so there's some benefits there. Secondly, when you get a family of 4, you'll often get a competitor and a companion. So one of the things we do know in families of 2, the rivalry is very intense because 100% of your rivals sitting across the kitchen table every morning. But when you get 4, you get a competitor and a companion. And the other aspect is that you often don't get lost with a family of 4. This particular study showed that often kids in large families can get lost. And so that sort of 4 isn't a bad sort of number for lots of different reasons.
All right, it is all interesting food for thought. Always good to talk to you, Michael. Thank you very much.
Good on you, Georgie.